Hi, welcome to this evening for webinar, a different kind of webinar. So, this is me, Ajay Vaiti. And before starting, let me tell you something about Ketones. Hope you know about Ketones. Ketones is an adventure, expert curated travel thematic company. We do trips under several categories like nature of pit, adventure, of course, camping, nature of wait, culture heritage, health, spiritual wellness, and many trips. So myself, I'm Ajay Vaiti. I was a radio jockey, obviously, earlier, and I have hosted several trips in different streams like television, on ground. I have been traveling in different streams, and then I chose to choose. I mean, I prefer travel as a stream, and now I'm a travel host and curating trips. I write, I blogs, and I do podcasts too. So don't worry, I'm not going to brag about myself because this evening is not about myself. This evening is about, um, as we know, this is about wind sailing and other water adventure sports that are possible in India. So to talk about that, we need an expert, of course, right? So we have actually invited an international sailor this evening to address all the trivias and facts about wind sailing and other water adventure sports in India. So, Mr. Chinna Reddy is that international sailor. He has actually won international gold medals in Sail the Gulf 2015 at Qatar. He has also represented India in J80 World Championship 2019. In J80 Asian Championship 2018, he has been in the top five in Asia team and first in India, of course. And he was also a part of sailing voyage with Indian Navy in 2018 from Chennai to Goa, sailing from Chennai to Goa. I think it took about 13 days. He will be explaining about those later. And he's also a sports photographer. He does surfing, scuba diving, biking, and many such adventure activities. He's really a very energetic and a vibrant person. He has actually initiated something called Sailcraft India, which just started as a lifestyle and a water sports brand in the east coast of Chennai and Visakhapatnam, and of course under the leadership of Chinna Reddy. Sailcraft actually aims at training and offering coaching and certificate programs for sailing under different categories for different ages. Age is not a barrier about Sailcrafts India, and even about that, Chinna is the right person to explain. So let me not take much of your time. I think it's the time to welcome our speaker, our guest, our star of the evening. So Chinna Reddy, thank you so much for coming, and the screen is all yours. Yeah, you can take it over.
Thank you, Vaiti. Hi, good evening, everyone. It's Chinna Reddy here. I'm a sailor. I train people sailing. The game called it's an Olympic sport. Sailing is an Olympics also, and kids can start sailing from 6 years to at any age. People can learn sailing, and I'm here to help you out to get into the water in a sailboat. And I'll be playing a video which shows about sailing, and after the video we can have some questions and I'll explain you more about the sport. So you have seen the video now, right? So the video which shows that all the different type of sailboats. Each sailboat, it's moving with only with the help of the wind, and it's only changes the size of the boat. A small kid used the boat called Optimist, and the big people sailing a J80 class of boat, a team sailing boat, 5 people in it. So the boat is moving only help of the wind, the speed which is generating with the help of the wind force. This sport is completely a different compared to other sport. Like this is based on the nature. Like you're using the wind, you're using the water, using surrounding of the currents, and the sailor has to decide how to make your course on the water, because it's not like a path. A water is completely open based on the wind speed and wind surrounding on it, and we need to know where you want to go, how you want to make your a destination to reach it in different wind angles. The wind only comes at one angle. Like example, the boats will move only the help of the wind, I said, right? Into the wind, the boats will not move, and we need to know that how to sail the boat. So for that, we have a training programs here. So we teach you a basic training programs in 6 days, how to sail the boat. For the adult, it takes 10 days a program. You will learn completely basics of sailing, and you can sail the boat with the help of professional sailors. And different type of sailboats which we showed over here. A 6 years old people can start sailing in Optimist class. Vaiti, can you put that Optimist boat?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, this is called yeah, stop it there. This is called the Optimist class. A kids can start sailing from 6 years onwards to the 15 years. So anyone can, kids can start in the small boat. And this sailboat, you have advantage of sailing to the national level, international level, Asian Games, and World Championship. And it takes for you to be in a national participant at 100 hours of training program. If you come for 100 hours of sailing, so you'll have get a chance to sail on this boat and to go to the national level, and which I'll help you out for that. Yeah, can you forward a little bit the laser class next, much farther front? Yes, stop. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this one is called the J80 class, and you can see in the boat now 5 kids. All kids have come from Mumbai, all the way from Mumbai. They came to Chennai for training. They spent time with me here, and I trained them on the J80, the team boat. Everyone is under 16 years old, and we all went to China to represent the country in 2019. And among these 4 kids, there are 2 kids who sailed with me in the last Asian Championship. This is a team sailing boat. And these are 5 women on this boat, which we can see. So these women are sailed in Chennai and represent the country of the last 2019 in the J80 World Championship in happened in Spain, and the training is taken place in Chennai. And while sailing, sometimes we see uh, dolphins and whales. All this happen in Chennai Harbor. Yeah, here we can see the whale which is going here. This one is, while they say practicing it, we spot this one in Chennai itself. It's a 14 feet longer, a shark whale. And the dolphins, in the evening time, we spotted some dolphins. All these nature beauties are there in Chennai itself, but only thing that we need to get connected by these ski turns or Sailcraft India. So we take you out in the ocean and we show all these things, and we train you people also. I'll share you some
Chinna, I have a question there.
Yeah,
We
please.
generally, we do have certain risk aspects in every sport or anything that we do. So, as far as sailing is concerned, since you showed us whales and sharks, generally we have this, mindset that they are kind of a little harmful for us. So, you were sailing very near to the whale. So, is it not scary, or does it does it harm us?
No, the sailboats are very safe. In water sports, if you compare to the any other water sports, the sailboats are designed to float on the water, the bigger, long boats. So we're not getting into the water, we're sitting on top of the boat. So it's completely safer in a sailboat. And when you see the whale or like dolphins close to you, or like a lot of, like sometimes in the season wise, some jellyfish comes on the ocean. So still, we're not being harmed by all these things because you're sitting in the big boat. When you come and getting into the water, like other water sports, like you have a surfing on the waves, we do surfing on beach, right? So sometimes the season why the jellyfish comes, it might be a little harmful for the surfers, but not for sailors. Sailors, you're sitting on a big boat.
Okay,
And
so
as for safety wise and sailing, you're always wearing a life jacket, and which is always helping you. Let's say by mistake you're overboard from the boat, still you're floating over the water, you're not drowning there.
okay,
So
okay.
it's more safer when you are on a sailboat.
Okay, so the safety aspect is taken care. No problem with that.
Yes, yes, the safety is all the time is on. Yeah.
Oh, great, great. Okay.
So I sailed like I did a voyage from Chennai to Goa. In when it says sailing voyage, in this voyage also we, if maybe you're professional sailors and you're sailing in a very big boat, but still you need to have a life jacket all the time with you entire the journey. You cannot remove your life vest. If you're inside the boat, it's fine. You can remove your life vest, but when you're sailing outside the boat, you should not remove your life vest. It should be all the time on you.
So, how was your sailing experience from Chennai to Goa? How long did it take, and what are all the hardships that you faced?
It took 13 days for me to sail the boat. I'm part of with that expedition with the Indian Navy. So we are few sailors. We set a sail on the around evening time from Chennai at sunset time. So when we are going, we have to go only with the wind because the boat is designed to go only with the wind. So well, based on the wind strength, the speed varies. So when there's no wind, you don't move. You just like stop. Generally, a small boat when we do a training, so we just stay very close to the harbor. If there's no wind, we just rescue boats will tow you back to the club. But when you set your sail for long voyage, so there's nothing come and help you. So you have to do prepared everything on your boat. If there's a wind, how you sail. If there's no wind, what you will do. And if there's strong current, what we have to do. If there's a lot of rain coming over you, so what you need to do. So you are prepared with all kind of a weather, and you set your sail all the way to the deep ocean sailing. So we took 13 days to reach because of this wind strength also matters. We have a northeasterly winds when we set the sails from Chennai to all the way to the Sri Lanka. We have northeasterly winds that helped us to sail really fast. After we crossing around Sri Lanka, we have a huge shadow patch which comes from Sri Lanka, the land. We don't have a wind for 2 days. That makes our journey to delay a lot. And 2 days, I don't have a wind. I'm actually fishing sometime in between to catch a fish and swimming down and checking my boat equipment. So we did a lot of these things. After 2 days, and again the wind is blowing a 45 knots plus breeze. It's like strong wind. Each knot is 1.8 kilometer speed, and we have 45 knots of speed. The wind strength, and I have 5 meter waves. It's like 5 meters. The length of the wave is 5 meters. It's breaking over my head because we just moving with the storm. I'm not in the storm. I'm just like moving with the storm to 40 hours plus. I sailed in that. So
Oh,
that's
wow.
my one of the adventurous sailing. And my side is like sailing that voyage. We on the like just moving with the storm, and I have 45 knots of plus breeze. I think recently we have announcement, right? Winds will be some 68 knots and 50 knots like that. Just the same wind. I was been in that, and sea is
Wow.
fully rough. I didn't see the sunlight for 2 days.
Wow.
I didn't see sunlight for 2 days, and I was moving with these dark clouds and raining over me and like lightning surrounding, and it's a different experience of being in a boat.
That is quite an adventure, of course.
Yeah, yeah.
Chinna, we have a question. from a participant. The question is, can you please share the details about how to register for the training and what will be the commitment like physical, time, and financial for both kids and for adult?
Yeah, the training is like mostly training happens from early morning 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock for the kids. For adults, it's like flexible timing because they are all maybe office business, people will be busy. So
Mhm.
it can be done a one-to-one training for the adult program. Yeah, the time required every session 3 hours, a minimum 3 hours. They need to spend with me for each day. So adults like 30 hours program, it takes for 10 days and each day is 3 hours. For the kids, for the introduction program is only for 6 days. So each day is 3 hours. So kids will take a lot of time for them to get into the water, understand things because there's multiple tasks there in the water. It's not only that like you sit in the boat and just pull the sail, the boat moves. They need to understand a lot of things because which we don't see wind, we cannot see it. We have to feel the wind. Adults, they can understand easily, okay, this is what the wind direction and this is how we have to set the sails and we move. But the kids, for them to understand the wind and the sail controlling, it takes some time. So basically 6 days is for the introduction program for the kids, and for adults in 10 days they will learn sailing. That I can guarantee for the adult.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. So the timings is 3 hours minimum a day.
Yeah, minimum a day for 3 hours, and 10 days is like 30 hours. 30 hours program for adults, and for kids is six days, 3 hours program.
Wow, great. So in that 10 days, they will be able to confidently sail
Yes,
the boat.
yeah, yeah. In the 10 days, the adult can sail. I have trained many number of people
Mhm.
in Chennai, and people who came from Andaman, people came from Mumbai and Cochin. A lot of people who travels to Chennai to learn sport, and in 10 days, people learn sport. So after
Wow.
that, you want to become, let's say now you want to represent the country like me, like Chinna were doing that, went to nationals, internationals, and world championship, and he wants to go to the Olympics. The same thing. If you decide you want to be representing the country of India, then you want to put on more hours. After this basic training, you have to come for regular training. Then I can tell you when you are fit to go and what certifications required and everything. I'll help you out for that.
Wow. So, just out of curiosity, how long will it take to represent the country? Just, yeah,
How
just out
long
of
it takes to
curiosity.
represent the country? Good question. Uh, any adult, if they spend 200 hours of training, so they can definitely represent the nationals, and they spend 300 hours of training internationals, of course, yeah, they can do it.
Wow. So 100 days,
100.
yeah, some around 60 to 100 days, a little week in max, I'm just counting. Okay, 300 divided by 3. So about 100 days, you will be able to represent the country if
Yeah,
you train
yeah.
passionately. Wow.
Yes, if you're passionate about training and all. And when you're being a team boat of 5 people, so it's not near really necessary that you have to be really fit, and you can be any weight. You can be a slim of 50 kgs, you can be heavier of 90 kgs, doesn't matter. So you can be in the part of the boat. And the advantage in the team boat, all age categories can mix a team. It is not required to be everyone to be under 16 or under 22. Let's say I am the skipper. I'm 36 years old, and I have taken some 7 years guy in the boat. I have taken 12 years person. I have taken 55 years person. So
Oh,
there's a different age category we can mix up and we can make a team. When
okay.
you're, yeah, if you want to stay in a single person board, it's called a laser, and again the categories changes. So again you there's a different categories involved in it.
Okay.
So under 16 is different, under 22 is different, under 35 is different, under 45 and under 55. So they, again you have a apprentice masters, grand masters, and masters category. Yeah. So
So age is not a restriction for sailing.
no, age is not restriction for sailing. So any age you can learn the sport. And I have a person that who he's 75 years old, and he
Wow.
comes and sail with me. A 75 years old person, he comes and sails with me every week. Every week he comes on Wednesday and Friday. That's what his time is fixed. So he comes every week twice. He want to enjoy the sunset of the nature. He just come, get on the boat, he sails with me, and he sees the beautiful of sunset, and he go home.
Okay. This is
Yeah.
great, actually. Nice. So, I just wanted to ask this out. Even this question is out of curiosity. When did you start sailing? What made you
I started sailing at when I was 8.5 years old, around 8 years, I can say. So
eight and a half? Okay.
yeah, I love water a lot. I love water a lot, and first thing before I'm a sailor. I'm a swimmer. I'm a national level swimmer, and I did a lot of swimming before the sailing, like to be in a national level of sailing. So first I'm a swimmer, then I was a sailor.
Okay. Nice. So, as you mentioned about swimming, is swimming a necessary attribute or aspect or requirement to be a sailor?
Swimming knowledge is required, but if you're non-swimmer also can sail. It's not like if swimming is must, because you have a life jacket. If you know, like let's say, you're a very good swimmer, still you have to wear your life jacket. If you're not swimmer, still you have to wear your life jacket. So the swimming knowledge is required when you sail the smaller boats. If you're sailing a bigger boat, is not required the swimming.
Okay. Okay. Nice. Our guest actually has another question about the cost of the training program. He just wants to know, like, he
The cost,
already knows the time
yeah,
period and all. So about the cost.
yeah, the cost works out in the batch wise. Let's say the number of people who is joining that group.
Mhm.
And as if you talk about the individual programs for the adult, it's cost at 20,000 plus GST, and for the kid it will come as to 12,000 plus GST for the 6 days program.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. Thanks. So, India, India, you said that you can represent the country in within a few days when you learn sailing. So, do you think that India is giving the proper recognition to sailing? We all know that India is giving a biased recognition to a particular sport. That's okay, but I'm just asking: is sailing being recognized properly, or why it is not being recognized properly? Any question you can address.
No, sailing, yeah, it is recognized by India, but it taking time. So the thing is that this is the completely adventure sport. The
Mhm.
people who's getting into the sport, like very adventurous people, like now in Chennai, the sailing is there for 100 years, but very few people know about sailing. So the exposure required, so the government need to they need to bring the sailing sport like more popular in Marina Beach and things like that, the big marina and big clubs. Then more people will be joining into the sport, and this is a little bit of expensive sport, just as equal to the golf and the badminton. So
Okay.
a little of expensive sport, because entire the equipments have been made is fiberglass material, and they're using a carbon fiber for the mast poles, and all the lines which is like more stronger than the steel wires. The ropes which we use, the stronger than the steel wires, and everything is imported. Is nothing is made in India. So
Oh,
the
okay.
no, that's why it's expensive, the sport. Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Okay.
And,
Um,
and one more thing, that this sport, the sailing, like more of Indian Navy and Indian Army was playing all these years in India. So yeah, the government is looking at more the Indian Navy and Indian Army people are like participating into the more competitions, and they represent the country all the time into the Olympics. Their last time also we not qualified, so we are trying to qualify this year, but still we have a lot of other things are coming up. This pandemic has come up, and all the trials have been postponed. So maybe they're expecting that on the Feb or March in Abu Dhabi, the Olympic trials will be there, and India is taking part into it, and hopes will be qualified.
okay, great. All the best for that.
Yeah, yeah.
So Sina, do you have any exciting experience that some unforgettable moments that you had while sailing, far away or even while giving training to some kids, anything?
Un- Unforgettable experience, like you can say that sailing in the night time, it's something different when you sail in the daytime. In the daytime, the sunlight is helping you to see surrounding with your good light. In the night time, you don't have a good light, so you have a stars to navigate, and you have a moonlight to see on the water. And that time, like maybe a fish jumps next to you, so you don't know what fish is jump. Early morning, it's a different thing. You might think some whale was moving next to you, but it's
Okay.
on the sailing is like early morning and sunsets are beautiful on the water. Like sunrise and sunsets, they're beautiful things. So every sunset and every sunrise, you'll enjoy it, and that definitely captures you in your heart.
Okay. So, you as you said about the wind direction, how do you actually measure or determine in which direction the wind is?
The wind doesn't comes in same direction in the entire day. It keeps changing according to the sunrise, the sun going up to the from the morning to the evening. The wind actually doesn't comes in the only one particular one direction. It changes. So we have a apps for that, and we have an instrument on the boat which shows the wind direction where it's coming from, and what strength the wind is coming from. Also, we have an anemometer we fix to the boat, which
Mhm.
shows you the reading of it. Based on the wind strength, we will prepare to set up the sails based on the weight you have in the boat, and how much the sail area required. Here, we don't have a brake like a bike or like cycle or like anything. You apply a brake, it will just stop suddenly like that, right? But on the water, doesn't have a brake. The brake is only that to reduce your wind power on your sail. The sails are like acting like an engine. They're catching a wind, and they're helping you to move your boat. So to reduce your speed, again, you have to reduce your wind on your sails. So for that, you need to learn a little bit of small drills, how to control your boat. That's what the first basic drills you'll be learning it. How to stop your boat, how to move your boat.
Yeah, actually, I was about to ask that question because I was thinking, when you operate a mechanical, engine or a cycle or something, you do have that brake. You will be able to stop the velocity. When
Yes.
you're sailing with the propelled by the wind, right? So I was just thinking, how will you even stop the boat if the wind is just propelled by wind?
To stop your boat, you need to go into the wind. When you go into the wind, right opposite to the wind, the sails will not help to catch the wind. So that time the sail will just like flapping. It will just like a flag. It just like flapping. So the boat doesn't catch a wind, and the boat will slow down. The minute you come 45 degrees angle to the wind, the boat again the sails will start catching wind, and the boat starts moving forward. So you have three positions to reach your destination in sailboat. When you're sailing a 45 degrees angle to the wind, we call it beat, and the wind is at 90 degrees angle to the wind, it is called the reach, and the wind is behind you at 180 degrees angle, it's called a run. So the three positions make your boat to reach your destination. And these three positions, your sail angles will change. So these are all the terms which I was using now, the beat, reach, and the run. These are all the terms and these are all the positions you'll be learning at the beginning stage.
Okay. Okay. So I have a question. The question is, you have been sailing quite a long distance, say from Chennai to Goa. How did you actually manage your food? Because 13 days in a sailboat. How do you actually manage your food?
Yeah, good question. So when we set up a long distance sailing, first generally that we will take a lot of water. Every day the water in our house, we might be using a lot of fresh water for everything, for your bathing, for your brushing your teeth, for your shower, drinking, and your washing vessels, your vegetables washing, everything we use a fresh water. In the sea, the water is very precious. We don't use the fresh water for anything, only for drinking. So in a day, you will get only 7 liters of water for you, each person, a 7 liters. Rest of all thing will be used by salt water, sea water. We use sea
Okay.
water for bathing. We use sea water for clothes washing. We use sea water for anything for vessels washing, any purpose which you want to use it. Everything is sea water. Only you use the fresh water for drinking, and for bathing. Let's say you use the sea water for bathing. Again, you use the 1 liter of fresh water over you to just like to get your clean yourself with fresh water. And for the food, we carry a lot of vegetables, we carry more of fruits, and we carry rice and dal, and we prepare food on the boat with some rice and some dal and some potato fry we do. And we take a lot of this ready-made MTR mix to we have now the available MTR mix, so all your pulawara and like things like that, some dal fry and paratas we can make it.
Oh, okay.
We carry all this food. We have a proper kitchen in the bigger boat. When you sail in smaller boat, and and again we have to see that what we can be food can be prepared in the boat. When you're talking about food preparation in the boat should be equipped in such a way that all the safety measures, because there's a fire on the boat, because this boat is made with the fiberglass, and fiberglass is a plastic and fiber material can burn, and we need to have some proper protection for that for the kitchen. Then you can prepare your food. So as you start your journey, first we take a lot of this fresh vegetables and the fruits and all. First for a few days, for 3 4 days, this will go. What will last longer, like potatoes, will last longer, and the onions and the rice and dal. Those all will come to the second, fifth day, sixth day onwards. So the day 1 to the day 4, we will always mostly use more of fruits and which will last for the less time. No, the vegetables we use it.
Okay. So there's a particular schedule being followed for that.
Yes, schedule and planning being followed completely, and what meal will be having. If we don't have a meal in one shot, we have a short eat meals of every 2 hours.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, every 2 hours we have a short meal, and we don't take it in a 12 o'clock meal, and again evening again 7 o'clock meal. We just take every 2 hours or 3 hours once. We take every short meals, and that actually helps. You're
Okay.
spending a lot of energy on the boat, and so you need a lot of intake also. The same time you spend energy on it, so you require a lot of food going in, and
Nice.
more of chocolates, energy bars, and a lot of sweets. We carry it, and dry fruits, of course. Those are very important to be on the boat. All these nuts, they helps a lot.
Okay. So that is an excuse to have chocolates in the boat. Okay. Okay. That is actually another question from a guest. The guest asked that, have you experienced any life of pi scenario in your journey?
Not life of my scenario, but there's an experience of mine when I was learning sailing in Vizag. So I'm from Visakhapatnam. So I came to Chennai in 2010, and I was like the past 10 years in Chennai. So life of my experience means not life of my experience, but there's a day that where I don't have wind when I'm training some people. I was like really far from the shore, and there's no wind. I was with like school of dolphins, like around me, some 50 to 100. I can say I don't know the number, but it's like at least 100 of dolphins.
Wow.
They're under my boat and they're moving, and the surrounding of my boat is like spinning. And that moment, I felt like, oh, if let's say this any dolphin hits my boat flip over, what I will do. So that minute was like it's a lot more exciting. I can see a lot of dolphins. At the same time, fear also inside. Oh, something happens. What I will do now?
Nice. Okay. Is there any footage of that by any chance?
No.
Okay.
I don't have a
Hard luck.
GoPro at that
Hard luck,
moment.
guys.
Take it. But I have seen when this journey when I'm doing from Chennai to Goa, there's a lightning which has come very close to the boat. That again scared me like oh,
Okay.
that was like which I have never experienced it. We can say the life of my experience in that
The lightning effect.
lightning years next to me.
Okay, do you even sail during the rainy season, or does rain affect your sailing?
Yeah, see, the sea conditions is very much important when you sail. So the weather, we have to take a lot of precautions. Based on the weather, we have to set your sails, how long you want to sail, and because the entire the game is based on the sailing, on the wind,
On the wind, yeah.
on the wind, and your the light, that sunlight, and again in the evening time. So you need to know how long you want to sail, how safe is it to sail in that conditions. Equipments are there to last for the rough sea also, but you cannot test your equipments to go in the storm. So
Okay.
there are few people who sails around the world. There's a race also to sail around the world. So they are actually crossing around the world, racing for 6 months. They don't stop the boat. They sail 6 months non-stop in their racing, and they will be crossing the storm. They'll be crossing the big cyclones. They'll be sailing day and night, and without help. And I'm talking about only one person sailing in the boat. There's not team also. A one person sailing all the way. That's called Golden Globe race.
Wow. I didn't know these exist.
Yeah. There are a lot of racing happens on the ocean, and we are just doing only sailing for the kids, mostly for the kids, because the kids will be sailing for national, international, and their certificate helps them to go for the universities and abroad for studies and things like that. So a lot of kids joins it, and adults just like for pleasure sailing happening now. The sailing, we have different type of boats. Anyone can sail and different type of boats, and anyone can go in any age for the competitions, and follow the different type of boats are there.
Okay. So, since you mentioned about pleasure sailings, what are the ideal, sailing hubs in India for pleasure sailing?
For pleasure sailing, sailing hub, the first, of course, Chennai is a very good place to sail, and Rameshwaram is there and very good place to sail, and Goa, Vizag is there, and Mumbai. There are a lot
Okay.
of good places to sail, and only thing that people need to, if they learn the basics, it's very easy for them to just take a boat and get into the water and enjoy it. So there are for pleasure sailing, people might take you out for 2 hours or 3 hours a joyride and bring them back. So
Okay.
that's you only experience only once. If you know the basics, wherever you travel around the world, you can take the boat out and you can stay in the ocean.
Okay, we can do it on our own. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can do it on your own. So I will help you out for the certifications and things like that. So what you need to learn, and you can learn everything over here, and you can get certified, and you can go and take the boat in India or around the world anywhere. Wherever you travel, you can take the boat out.
Oh, great. So, you were telling about the sailing competitions representing the country, national level, international level sailings. So, people are aware that we get that Form 2 certificate when we represent our national or something like that. We get a national quota when to enter universities and all. So, will sailing come under that Form 2 category to get a quota in a university?
Yes, of course. Yes, the sailing also helps you to get your medicines, medical seat, or like people want to travel abroad for any universities. There, yeah, sailing helps a lot. In international, every college has the sailing as in a subject over there. So you have to sail. So you'll be
Okay.
part of the thing. Yeah, in India we don't have it as a subject over here, but there the universities make it a part. Like they need to go and get on the boat.
Okay.
Yeah, you can do all this training over here. That'll be easy for you to when you go for higher studies, and people can just go and get on the board easily. There are a few couple of my I've trained them. The sailor name called Veer Menon and Aditya Krishna and Rishabh Nair. There are a few people who's now in America, and they're doing sailing and they're studying over there. Both they're continuing it.
Wow, great. So just to talk to the guest, if you have any questions, you can put it on the chat box, or even if you have joined the Facebook Live, you can post your questions in the Facebook chat box. We are actually monitoring that, so we will be asking those questions on your behalf. So yeah, China, I think we can continue again. Sorry for that.
No problem.
Yeah. I asked about the quotas. So I actually forgot about the question that I'm going to ask.
Yeah, the quota that see if you're being a national a participant may not be getting a quota. If you're being a medalist, if you're winning a national, a gold medal, a silver, or the bronze, you will definitely get the chance of getting your advantage of that. And if you represent the Indian international event and you get any gold medal or silver medal and bronze medal, again you have that advantage of taking that quota. So you need to be in the top three in the competition, then you'll be getting it. And if you're only a participant of national, yeah, of course, but at the same time, two people apply. So let's say now your Vaiti was in the national medalist and Chinna was not just national participant. So different, of course, they will be taking a medalist.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I get that. No, in generally in other sports, just by representing the nationals, you get qualified for the Form 2 certificate. That is why I asked the questions. If we
Uh,
do, yeah, get eligible. Okay. So about the age restrictions, you mentioned it earlier, kids can learn, but what is that minimum age required to be on the sailboat? Not to learn, just to be on a sailboat, even it is a pleasure sail or something.
I think my baby video, I think I can play for that for you. Why
Yeah.
did you play that video? The 3 year. My baby is 3 years old and she's be with me on the sailboat. Not this. Yeah, that one. She's she's 3 years old, and it's the first day on the sailboat. And I just taught her how to just pull the sails, and she's just doing it, and there's no complaints. And she enjoyed. She was there for 5 hours in the ocean that day, and we will
3 hours. Wow.
5 hours. Yeah, 5 hours, and we are in the ocean. And I was in the part of training, and she came the first. That's the first day in the ocean.
Okay. That rope, seems to be so difficult to pull. How she is even pulling it?
She's trying it. There again, she's trying to pull the other rope.
Okay, nice. So there's no age restriction to be on a sailboat, right? Anybody?
No, there is like your, let's say the kids like 1 year old. Maybe we need to have a lot of care with the mother and the father, someone who can, and any age can get on the boat. So
Okay.
to learn the sport, at least they require some 6 to 7 years of between the age. That helps it because then they can understand what we're talking about and they can be on the boat.
Mhm.
Like, at 6 to 7 years age can start learning the sport. Or before the age of any age, they can come and enjoy the pleasure sailing.
Oh, great. Chinna, one of our participants has actually joined late, so he's asking if we are planning to conduct classes for adults also. Can you just repeat about that adult coaching?
Yes, the adult training program, it's for 30 hours program. So each day is 3 hours for 10 days. At 10 days, adult can learn sailing, all the basics. I'll be helping you out, like to teach you about the wind, sail controls, and how to stop the boat, how to sail the boat, what happens if you have a lot of wind comes, what you need to be done, and like in the 10 days, you will learn how to sail the boat with the. You'll have enough knowledge to sail the boat with the professional people. The help of the professional people help you can sail the boat. Yeah.
Yeah. So I hope you got that, Karthik. And Chinna, I think we have talked a lot about wind sailing. So to talk about other water adventures, other water adventure sports. So what are the other opportunities available in India?
In India now, the kite surfing is like which is new to India. Like they're selling for past 5 years, but now kite surfing is in the Olympics, and a lot of people are looking at to learn the kite surfing. There's a kite which pulls that means generally surfing. I think everyone knows about surfing, right? A small board will be coming to the feet and like will be riding the waves. It's like only wave riding, right? The wave surfing, and you have kite surfing. There's a small kite which has a small kite which goes all the way to the sky, and you need to balance it, and you will be going. So that's called kite surfing. Is very a lot of people learning the sport of kite surfing now,
Wow.
and we have a surfing in Kolam. A lot of people trying to do surf in Kolam. That's also very good adventure sport. And stand-up paddling also. Again, that is also very interesting one to ride the waves with a big board. And scuba diving also there. Scuba diving again, a good spot in India. Scuba diving is like Rameshwaram is one spot, and you have in Pondi and you have in Goa also like scuba diving. It's a good place to go and dive.
Okay. Do we have scuba diving in Chennai?
Yeah, we have scuba diving in Chennai like last year, but this year with some restrictions, it's not available in Chennai now. It's available in Pondicherry now.
Okay, okay. Is it just for learning or it is there
No,
for pleasure experiences also?
certifying, yeah, PADI certifying courses which we offered it, and this year is not available in Chennai. So maybe next year we are looking to open again, yeah, in Chennai.
Oh, so it is open for pleasure trips also.
Yeah. There's one, yeah, you can do a one dive. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, okay. So what about kayaking? Um,
Yeah, the kayaking again. This is called kayaking is a lake, and you have sea kayaking. This is we are doing a sea kayaking. Sea kayaking has advantage of to travel long distance, and the boats are designed such a way that it doesn't topple in the waves, as sea
oh,
kayaking boats. And you have a proper like course kind of if you want to do a kayaking course also, which I can offer that also for people who want to do
oh,
kayaking. Yeah.
okay.
I do a training for kayaking also, and we take people out for the evening time to the harbor cruise in the kayaking. So He will come and kayak and see the harbor and sunset time, Chennai harbor.
Wow. Okay, so even kayaking is available for pleasure trips also.
Yes, yes, yes. Kayaking is available for pleasure trips also.
Great. Do you have any, you said that you were talking about scuba diving. Do you have any experience that you dived in Chennai?
Yeah, I have done the scuba diving in the different places, but I have not done my the instructor level. So I'm very soon, and maybe next year, I'm looking at to become an instructor. So then you
Wow.
can add to me a sailing and scuba diving also.
Okay, so you'll be both above and below the sea.
Yes, yes, I want to be on scuba diving, yeah, in the water and again on top of the water, on stage.
Everywhere. Okay. Just one wacky question, it is totally out of the topic. Okay. People talk about mermaid. Have you spotted any?
No, I have not spotted any mermaid until now, but still looking at it. So I have a tattoo. I think the T-shirt covered it. So I actually tattooed a Poseidon. It is a
Ah,
half Poseidon and half mermaid thing. So I made a Poseidon, which is like a bottom part of the body is the mermaid and the upper body is the Poseidon. So I had a full sleeves now. I'll show you later to you.
so the question was relevant, not outside the topic. Okay. So any pirate experiences? Okay. There's a guest who's asking you, do you have any pirate experiences while sailing?
I'm not sure it's a pirate, and we had this when crossing Sri Lanka. There's a one boat which is waving the white flag, a white piece of cloth. They're waving and they are approaching us in a good speed. So at that moment, in my boat, I have one more fisherman who is coming along with me, a local fisherman, to help me out to because I'm not very good at Tamil, so I just took one fisherman with me. So he was telling me that, sir, anyone asking you help in the white flag, so if he's coming that faster, he's not looking for the help. So that better you don't stop your boat. Then I was also maintained my speed at the same distance for him for some couple of hours. Then that's all. So,
Then
but
he
there's
left.
no getting on the boat. But there's a talk by seeing someone approaching me in a full speed. There's a enter the boat has a lot of preparation for that.
Wow. Okay. I didn't know
So
that you were serious.
we prepared with a satellite phone to call the navy first.
Okay.
And the other person was prepared to like to box him to he's getting prepared for that if someone jumps in the boat.
Do you have that alert and all, you something like a firework, red firework, to alert the
There's a
Navy or
lot of
Coast
yes,
Guard?
yes, yes. We have all these equipment, the safety equipments, so which gives you immediately a beep in the Coast Guard and the naval stations, the safety places. Yeah. So when you sail for long distance in your deep ocean, you need to carry a lot of equipment which you're having as a EPUB. It gives you emergency your position to the place. Let's say that your boat was in a situation now like is boat about to sink or like some damage happened majorly. So there's no communication for you by your satellite phone and by email and things like that. Then what you do, you have to press the EPUB. When you press the EPUB, it will give you a position to the land station. Then they can come and search and find you immediately. Yeah, okay, where you are, they can spot you.
Okay,
It's easy.
nice.
Yeah. So no, internet is there on the ocean also, but it's very
Oh,
expensive. Yeah, yeah.
okay, nice. Sometimes we don't get internet on the home only. Anyway. So, as far as other sports are concerned, you have actually explained how to learn sailing and what are the age categories. So, about kayaking or scuba diving, are there any age restrictions? As far as sailing is concerned, there is no age restrictions.
No, scuba diving also there's no age restrictions for the kayaking also no there's no age restrictions. There's a woman who kayaked around the world. Her name is Sandy Robson. She kayaked around the world in a small boat, a kayak. That's it.
Wow.
And she was doing kayaking all the way around the world from Australia, and she touched India also, and she went around the complete. She just finished the journey last year. Her name is Sandy Robson, and when she's in Chennai, and I was with her, and we're like having a chat with her. There's no age for these sports. Like particular, you need to be a minimum fitness is required for you to move quickly, and like that's it. A general fitness required for you to be on the boat.
Fitness like arm power or
Yeah, little arm power, and you have to be a little bit agile and flexible. That's it. Not really required to be super fit like Bruce Lee. So you need to be just like minimum fitness required.
okay, just like Chinna Reddy is enough.
Chinna Reddy is very small.
Okay, so there is a question about adult classes. Is it a batch? How many people per batch are allowed, and when it is starting?
8 people is maximum is allowed, and minimum of 2 people we can start a batch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any date in mind to start it?
Date in mind to start, we can start from January second week, because this month, this December month, we have on and off rains.
Ah,
A lot of the cyclone warnings will come for December in Chennai. So I'm avoiding it for all the beginners to for this month. Maybe from January first week onwards, I will announce shortly the course. I'll update you guys through the Sailcraft India Instagram page, and you can be in touch with Ketons also. So they'll also update you on the best dates
yeah.
from the
Okay. Okay, great. After Pongal, yeah. After Pongal, it will be convenient, he says.
Yeah, after Pongal, yes, of
Yeah.
course, yeah, because a lot of people will be vacation time for the Pongal, right? So maybe
Yeah.
after Pongal, yes, yes, yeah, we can start after Pongal.
Great. I think actually we are nearing the end of the session almost. So I have few questions. If any of you have any questions, you can go ahead, ask Chinna. Get clarified now only. You can even unmute and ask, or you can put it in the chat box. We will be able to respond. Chinna is all here. He can answer any kind of questions regarding sailing or a water sport.
Yes.
So actually, as far as ski turns is concerned, we do few trips. We do pleasure sailings, and of course, with Sailcraft, we will be sharing you the details about the sailing coaching classes and all. And we do other water adventure trips. Like this Christmas, we are actually planning a fixed day trip. Gathering like-minded people to go to Dundee. I think it is the ideal water adventure location in South India. What do you say, China? Is Dundee good for water adventure, the rafting and all?
Yeah, that's a good place to go. Yeah, people
Yeah.
enjoy.
Yeah. So we also do customized trips. This is, of course, we are organizing a trip. We have planned this trip with like-minded people. People can join us. Also, we can organize trips for you if you have a certain group of buddies to travel together. And if you want a particular location, we have different categories. You can check out in our websites. So in that, if you choose any destination or any destination outside, also we can actually curate a trip for you at your comfort in how the way you want. So yeah.
Yeah, I want to share one photograph. One
Yeah,
second.
yeah.
So we do a cake cutting on the ocean. So this is how this the 1 year celebration. The boy is celebrating the birthday there.
Wow. Do you provide the cake also?
Yeah, I provide a cake also. Yes.
Wow. Okay.
So the lot of surprise things can be done on the ocean to take the guest out like this and do a special surprise birthday for the people. So I can help you on that also.
Wow. Great.
And I will show you one more photograph of.
Yeah, yeah. Please.
This is the one that I'm talking about. The person, he's 75 years old, and he comes and learns sailing.
Wow.
And the person next to him, the black cap and the white t-shirt, and he just finished his adult sailing program of 10 days, and he can sail the boat in 10 days.
That is amazing actually.
Yeah.
Is this in Chennai or what?
Yes, it is in Chennai. Yes.
Wow. Okay. So people were asking about adult sailing. See, we can sail in 10 days. That is what China guarantees us. Yeah. So
Yeah, and this is my when I
wow.
was international. So this is all this my podium finish when I got
Uh,
the gold for the country in 2015.
wow. This is the Sail the Gulf
Yeah,
2015
sailed
Qatar,
the
right?
regatta,
Uh,
and, and we got the first, and I was leading the race of. We have 10 races. In the 10 race, all the 8 races I came first, and
Wow,
the 9 I came second, and the 10th I didn't even participate in. So I was leading the entire the championship.
that is amazing. So, what is the distance generally of the race? You were talking about some 6 months marathon and all. For these kind of categories, what is the distance that you are required to cover?
The distance wise, see, the race will be for 1 hour. It will
Oh,
be 1 hour, the 60 minutes of race, and you'll be having a different destination points on water. So they'll be telling you before itself, before the race start itself, they'll be explaining you. So why I'm showing this picture, on the background you can see the clouds, the
yes.
rain clouds. I was moving with the rain at that moment. So I'm in the same,
Oh,
and you can see that rain clouds on the gray color one, and on the water.
yep.
Yeah, so the rain is just behind me at that point.
Okay, okay. That is great. So you travel, you sail in rain too. Have you got any? You were talking about the thunder that struck very near the sail. So have you have any like thunderstorm experiences in the ocean?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I've sailed
Okay.
many times. I've sailed many times while raining. I sailed many times while raining. It's like, so it's a different experience when you're sailing in sunlight. So now, let's say now the Chennai has more like summer weather, like more of like warmer all the time. So people likes to sail in the evening time. And especially when the rain comes, no, that it'll be like so chill. You'll enjoy it.
Oh,
But when you enjoy it, but you need some experience to be on that weather. When it's like you need to know what's happening on the boat and what's happening on the weather, how quick you have to adjust your sails and things. When I sailed from Chennai to Pondicherry a long back last year sailed from Chennai to Pondicherry, and again, and when I'm crossing this Kalpakam, I have a small storm which has come last year, same time, December time. I'm sailing from the Pondicherry back to Chennai. So this small squall has come, and it actually made me to go back to Pondicherry. So it pushed
okay.
me back. The current is so strong. I sailed all the way to Kalpakam. The current is so strong. Again, it drifted me back to the Pondicherry. Again, I have to sail all the way from Pondicherry back to the Chennai. So these things happens when you have a bad weather.
Okay, okay. So it is not risky. It does
It's
take
not
some time.
risky. It is not risky because since you're staying on the boat, if you are overboard, there are risky chances of that. Let's say now you're overboard at this point of time when you're like rain coming and like sea was rough and you're overboard, then it's risky. Then it's 100% risk because we have
Okay.
to pick up the person and bring back to the boat and things like that.
Hmm.
So
Oh,
generally, we tie a safety harness for you, a person to the boat,
okay,
so
okay.
you'll not be slipping over the boat.
Nice. Okay. I think from my side, the questions are done. Do you people have any questions from the guest side? If you're good enough, you can just give a thumbs up. If you don't have any questions, you can give a thumbs up or any reactions of your choice. You're free to go. Frequency of classes. So, what are the frequency of classes? The
Frequency
training.
frequency of the time is 3 hours of duration. The 3 hours. So why I'm saying 3 hours, as we meet at the Chennai harbor, so we'll have a briefing first, and we have to set up the boat. That will take at around some 30 to 45 minutes of time. On water, you have a 2 hours of practical section. Then again, you come back again. You have again a debrief, and also in 3 hours, you'll be having one session at 3 hours. So let's say 6 to 9 in the morning, if not evening 3 to 6 or 4 to 7. So we can plan a session according to flexible of this kids timing or adults timing. Right? Yeah. The batch timings are very soon. I'll update you.
Okay. Yeah, the batch timings will be updated. So that is what Chinna says. I think we can answer those questions offline. Because after Chinna's decides the course frequencies and the timing, I think we can answer the question. Am I right, Chinna?
Yeah, yeah. I'll update you all very soon
Okay.
that the program details on January, what's going to happen,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
how many days and things like that. Yeah,
You
have a
will
great
also get updates from Keaton's about the sailing program that China is going to offer. We will be definitely updating all the sailing enthusiasts.
yes.
So, China, what do you think about this session? So, um, we talked much about sailing. So, one last sentence or paragraph, whatever, that for our audience.
The lot more left from my side to tell about this stories about but session is small, so maybe we can meet all together at the waterfront and we can talk about more about sailing, so that that I can give it. I'm looking forward all people to join the sport and enjoy it, and you can come and learn with the family, and you can come individually and come and learn. and and this is a different sport, you'll enjoy it, and because you are connecting with the nature. It's a different compared to the land sport like a football, like cricket, or like you're playing a hockey. Everything is like completely a ground. Here the water ground is like huge. The ocean is completely open, and the wind. So people will definitely enjoy it, and a new different experience will be having it.
Yeah. So, so there is a lot of stories and a lot of experiences awaiting you, all the sailing enthusiasts. So, thank you so much, Chinna, for the time, for addressing us, for enlightening us with a lot of sailing facts and trivias, and the opportunity available, what is adventure sports opportunity in Chennai and of course India. So thank you so much, and also guests, my dear participants, thank you so much for sparing time. This is a weekday. I do understand. We do understand that you need to get off your work and attend this live session. So thank you so much for sparing your time to attend this session, and we will keep you posted about all the sailing trips that we do and the water adventure sports that we are going to do, and also definitely about the sailing courses. So yeah, China, thank you so much again.
Yeah, thank you all. Thank you guys.
Thanks. So see you soon. Bye bye.
Bye bye.